Welcome to the theyutazen YouTube channel. First of all, Happy New Year. This is the first video I'll be uploading for the new year. Moving on. If you guys didn't know, I originally was just posting content such as this, but on Instagram under the same name. I took advantage of using all 10 slides of an Instagram post with the same content and style as I do here. Though I've been very inactive in that account, and I have changed styles of content and whatnot so much to where I don't think I want to continue to post content there anymore. And for the entirety of 2021, it was kind of dead. And why was that? Well, let me give you a brief history of my account, the theyutazen, so you can see where I'm coming from. But before you can see where I am now, we have to go way back to the very beginning.
In the beginning,
I made a separate K-pop account about 3 to 5 years ago, whenever 2017, 2018 was. I don't know, I can't count. At that time, K-pop was really frowned upon where I'm from. I mean, it still is, but back then people would get really annoyed when I would post about K-pop. So I decided to make a K-pop account so I can embrace my inner K-poppy. I can't believe I just said that. My first K-pop account, I think, was a Top Dog account, where I posted a bunch of Top Dog content since they were my first K-pop group I ever stanned. Then I got into BTS, and J-Hope was my bias, so I named another account simply Hosok, because I did not want to mix my Top Dog stuff with BTS, I'm pretty sure you can infer what type of content I posted on there. Then, randomly, I was logged out of it, and I was not able to get back in. So yeah, I lost access, so I created a new profile and named it Me Too Tired.
Me too tired.
Basically just the same as Simply Hosok, where I posted a bunch of BTS stuff. Then I abandoned it for like a year, and when I came back, I changed it to Religion, because I grew to being a multi-stan, and my alt bias group went from J-Hope and GOT7 to Woojin and Stray Kids. At the time, I don't want people saying that Woojin's not from Stray Kids anymore. Yeah, this was like at 2018 where they were 9. Chill. I basically posted anything I wanted to instead of sticking to one group. Then I got inspired by K-pop opinion accounts and decided to become one. Though I was different than other opinion accounts, I wrote and published my own opinions rather than having people send requests and me reposting anonymous opinions. It was all going well until the Woojin bullshit happened, and I had to immediately change my username and old bias and everything about myself basically, because when I have an old bias, I make them my entire personality and character. So I changed to my second old bias, which was Utah. So I brought him up. He is my number one, my ride or die, my cupcake gumdrop, And I continued on with the alias, the theyutazen, but then a bunch of stuff was going on during that time of the change. The first one being I kind of flopped. So I used to get about 40 to 50 likes, which may not sound like a lot, but to me it was, mainly because I had openly posted that I thought Woojin was innocent, so a bunch of people unfollowed and kind of just... So anything I posted was just a ghost town. I got like 10 to 20 likes if I was lucky. I barely passed the 11 likes mark. I laid off the Woojin post, and I still just could not redeem my audience. The second reason was I had to focus on my senior year in high school because I was low-key failing and I almost did not graduate. And when I did graduate, I had to finish some stuff for university, so I really had no time to post or anything. I abandoned the account for about 6 to 8 months again. Another reason was because, I mentioned the whole Woojin situation. At first I was making opinions about like, hey, I think Woojin is innocent, or like I was just saying stuff that had to do with the Woojin situation, even when I was like oh, Woojin is a bad person. Like, people just did not care. And obviously, the audience was just not like, they did not want to see that. And especially when I started realizing that Woojin was being framed and stuff, me posting like info or like what I think, people just did not care, or I would get like minor hate. So I was like, okay, obviously this is not gonna do well here. Also, um, I had a bunch of information about the Woojin situation that I did not want to post it there because I didn't want to drown out like my entire content, and I did not want to be known, or at least the theyutazen or like that Instagram account to be known as a Woojin like defending account. So I made a new account, which I used my former alias Woojin and used that as for just posting a bunch of like threads and information about the Woojin situation instead of posting it on the theyutazen. So I was focusing a lot of my time on there instead of the theyutazen. If I was posting threads about that there. Finally, and the main reason is because I just straight up lost motivation. How I post my stuff, I made sure it was a good post, like a well thought out post, and made sure it looked nice with aesthetic the post. And I had used to like 3 editing apps for that. It was a lot. It took a lot of time and storage on my phone, so most times I had good posting ideas, but I was not motivated to make the post because of that. It was a lot of effort for a 10 slide post. And I even tried making like a voice memo thing twice. I did one for my history as a Woojin stan, and then my quote unquote relationship with Stray Kids. I used all 10 slides for like a voiceover thing, like how I do in this channel. But that was like way harder than I ever imagined than the 10 slide stuff. So I was like, never again. And since I would do opinions and stuff, even when I thought about my wording and explained them to where nobody should get my opinion twisted, people would still interpret my opinion the wrong way, and I was tired of it. So I thought it was because it was a bunch of text. Crucial stuff like tone, and without tone, the context is not clicking with the audience. So I thought that YouTube would be a better approach for something like this. And since then, I had been posting on YouTube, and I hadn't been really posting on that Instagram platform since then. I thought if I posted an opinion, it would be better off if it were in a YouTube video instead of Instagram. TYZ, the Instagram account, is basically useless. All I do is DM some mutuals, and I don't even have a lot. I post on my story more than I do on my actual feed, and that's all I literally do. And I tried to change my content to other things since I was over the whole opinion thing. I tried to change to a fact page, posted some random threads, or even tried to be a typical Utah fan page. And for me, I avoided being a typical, generic, cheesy, dumb, stupid Utah fan page or K-pop fan page because there's just so many of them already, and I wanted to be different from all of that. I did all I can do, but I just lost motivation. Besides, even some threads I have done or had ideas for, I could literally just make it into a video. So then that leads to the question, what now? You know, that's a really good question that I cannot even answer. I was thinking of these options. As far as content for the Instagram goes, I was thinking about 1, uploading some random threads. I don't know, because like I said, most threads ideas end up being like a video or something. I don't know. Or I might just use it to post about my channel, like any updates, sneak peeks, and other stuff pertaining to the channel, and not for like as a platform for my content, you know? And if I don't live up to it, I made sure that I would at least change my profile picture, and I already set a schedule for it just to keep like the account alive because I don't want to close it, and I don't know, I just don't want it to like let it go. In my Instagram right now, I actually made a post about it just in case I did not explain it well because honestly, I'm having a hard time trying to explain this. I hope this is making sense. But yeah. But yeah, I have made a post about it. I posted it on Twitter first so I can repost the thread on Instagram like every other thread poster on Instagram, along with some extra notes. And I am bringing this up because I mentioned on there that I made a new account where I want to have a good community surrounding me. I don't know, because I also mentioned that I had been wanting to get personal with my audience with stuff I cannot really share to my friends and family, and I thought the K-pop community would interact and give me advice or comfort me, but the community I had before was very fake, so I made an account where the like 4 followers I am pretty close with, and for whoever was interested. I wanted to be like, you know how some YouTubers have Patreons and they're like, join the Patreon for extra content that not normal viewers can see. It would be like that, but except, you're not paying me. I don't know, the more I think about this, I am as more conflicted I could ever be because I see myself using TYZ Instagram account for like what I explained, but public. But then what is the point of the YouTube World account? That's what it's called, by the way. I don't know, I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it in the permanent post for the theyutazen because I'm not gonna accept everyone because then just make it public. You see my little dilemma here? I don't know, I'll figure it out. I mean, I think it's private right now, but follow if interested, see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's to come, but for now, the theyutazen Instagram is literally useless because I've completely moved to YouTube and Twitter. So, like, I don't want anyone to come by the Instagram account and be like, wow, this account is more dead than TYZ's YouTube career. So, like, yeah, I guess that's all. Bye. Follow the theyutazen on Instagram and Twitter or whatever. Bye.